Hey everyone,
Hi there.
it's Wanda and Kenny again.
Yes, we are here. So I wanted to talk to you about brushing your teeth. I suppose I assume that each of you out there watching this brushes your teeth every day. Some of us brush it twice a day and sometimes even 3 times a day. You don't miss, you know. And I also assume that you know where most of the stuff in your house is. Now there's a reason for that. Though you have them in structures for fulfillment, a structure, so that something can get done. What does get done mean? Well, look, the brushing your teeth. Why does it get done? Because it's in your habit. It's in your daily routine. And you have certain things in that routine that get done, and they get done at specific times. The stuff in your house, you know where they are because you have specific places for them. And because of that, you put them back in those places, we hope. And then when you need it, they're there exactly where they're supposed to be without having to search all over your house and to see what happened. Why? Because those are structures for fulfillment. And structures are very, very important. We have many different kinds of structures. The one I think is the most powerful right now for being successful in what you're taking on with now life is your calendar, your appointment book.
Right.
And by putting the different things that you need into that appointment book, and that goes for everything in life. If it doesn't have a specific place, it's not going to get done. If it gets done, it's by accident. If it gets done and that you intentionally do it, it may not be when you wanted to do it or when you really needed to do it. And the weird thing about it all is, if it's not put into that structure, you carry it. It's like in your brain, in your brain. And your brain is like wearing this backpack with 40 pounds in it, carrying on all these little things that have to get done or didn't get done and should have gotten done, and they're incomplete, and even just communications. So by putting it in your book, in your appointment book, it gets done. You don't have to carry it. All you got to do is remember to look at your appointment book night before, the week before, and set it up. And so life becomes much more efficient, and whatever it is you're trying to do, it's going to get done in the way it's supposed to get done. And hey, look, and sometimes things get in the way, and when you were supposed to do something, you got a call, something happened, you have to go. So you just pick it up and put it someplace in your book when you have to walk away from it at that time that you were supposed to do it. And then it has another place in your structure for fulfillment. Wanda.
Yes. So, understanding structure for fulfillment in now lifestyle, there are things that, of course, when you first join, that you need to get done. First and foremost is watch the video on the first page when you sign in to your back office. So you watch that video. After that...
But when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? That's one of the hardest things, is starting with watching that video. Yeah, I'll do it as soon as I have the right time to do it, and maybe tonight. Well, maybe tonight, then I got a call. Maybe it's tomorrow morning. I'll do it after work. I'll do it at lunch hour, whatever it is.
For sure. So just like with you schedule a doctor appointment, you schedule things that you got to do for your kids or things like that. Those are schedules. Those are things you're going to do. You have to schedule your time as well. Put it in your calendar. When are you going to do that? Just as Kenny said, when are you going to do it? Okay, I'm going to do it after work, after I get dinner done. Well, what time? So, I have the kids all ready for bed and in bed. Let's say 8:30. Okay, put it in your calendar so you remember. You do it. Set an alarm on your phone that reminds you, oh, I got to go watch that video right now. I set this alarm. I'm going to do it. Watch your video. Everything has a structure for fulfillment, and you have to set that structure. That's what Kenny's saying. You have to set that structure up. So one of the biggest things in Now Lifestyle is you have to set up your lead capture system, which you will hear called the LCS most often. That is your lead capture system. So you have to get that completely set up. Then you have to drive traffic. So these are things you got to also structure in. I'm going to set up my lead capture system. I'm going to watch the first video. I'm going to do it at 8:30. Maybe around 9, I should be ready to go in and start setting up my lead capture system. You may get that finished. You may be a whiz at the computer. You may understand everything completely, and you may get that done quickly. Or you may just do whatever you can do that night, and then the next day you have to set another time to go in and finish that. After you get that set up, then you want to structure in, okay, what is driving traffic? What does that mean? So as you learn in LFSL, it means ad solos. So you'll find out who you're going to use, and you can talk to your coaches. You can find that out also on LFSL. There are tons of information on there that tells you how to do stuff. But go to your coaches and ask them, so how do I drive traffic?
When are you going to call your coach? When are you going to contact them?
Right, so you have to set that in your schedule. I'm going to call my coach to find out about the how to drive traffic. All right, so also structured fulfillment is also being duplicatable. It does mean being duplicatable. It means following what your coaches tell you to do. So the main thing is creating that structure, and your calendar is your best friend.
Now here's a very interesting revelation that happened to me some years ago. You see, everything you put in your calendar for you to do, that's an appointment with yourself.
Right.
And if you don't keep that appointment, you have to ask, if you're not important enough to you to keep an appointment with yourself, why should you be important enough to anyone else to keep an appointment with you? You really have to honor yourself by keeping that appointment.
For sure. And so with your calendar, you want to set up your daily activities. You want to set up what you want to do weekly, what you're going to do monthly. In LFstyle, we have daily things we need to do. We have weekly things we should do. And we have monthly things we should do. One of the weekly things is setting up your broadcasts in your LCS. So those are easy to do. You go in and set that up. All the videos are there to explain it. So that's a structure you need to put in, because you need to do that on a weekly basis. On a daily basis, you want to check, you know, what's going on in your lead capture system. Once you start getting, are the follow-ups being done? What can you do to follow up and enhance all of that? You know, by text messaging, by adding your own personal emails, phone calls. But you got to put that in your structure. I'm going to do phone calls for 30 minutes each day with my lead capture system list.
Here's the most important item you can put in to your structure for fulfillment in terms of your calendar. Sunday night. Sunday night is a good time. You finished the week, you're getting ready for the week coming.
Right.
And Sunday night, that one period, whether it takes 15 minutes, it may only be 15 minutes, it could be a half hour, it shouldn't be that long, where you actually look at your week ahead and start filling in those places of the things that you're going to do.
Absolutely.
And when you're going to do them.
For
Without a when, a by when, they float.
Right on through the calendar.
And yeah, I'll do it, you know, sometime tomorrow night.
Life happens. Life happens.
Yeah.
And so if you don't schedule it, life takes over and you miss it. If you miss it, you need to reschedule it. It's important. This is your business. You have to treat it like a business. It's a real business. It just happens to be online, and you can do it from wherever you are. That's the great thing about Now Lifestyle. So again, structure for fulfillment. Make sure you create a calendar and have your plan of what you're going to do each day, at what time, each week at what time, each month at what time, and schedule that in there.
Now, I suggest that you take some time to think about what other structures fulfillment that you have in your life that you take for granted. You don't even know you have a structure there. It may be very valuable once you identify that structure to see how you can really utilize it deliberately, conscientiously. And it probably will help you not only business-wise, but in relationships with your loved ones, with your business associates, and all the other places of the communities that you interact with. And it's a great time. Yeah, it's not that serious. It can actually be a lot of fun once you start to figure out what the heck you're doing. Anyway, you have a good week. We love hearing from you.
Keep watching. We got more things coming. Also, if you're interested in knowing what we're even talking about, there'll be a link below. All right. You guys have a great week.